Welcome to SPPU Data Science BVCOEW channel. Hello and greeting to everyone. Hope you all are doing good. Today, we, the student of Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering for Women, Pune, has come up with the project and the presentation video on topic Twitter sentiment analysis. So, let's begin with the presentation. Here are the member of Group 12.
Hello everyone, my name is Anupriya Kumari from Electronics and Telecommunication Department.
Hello everyone, I am Aniswaya Parihar from Electronics and Telecommunication Department.
Hello everyone, my name is Ishika Bagadia. I am from Electronics and Telecommunication Department.
Hello everyone, I am Rutuja from Electronics and Telecommunication Department. Here we begin with the topic Sentiment Analysis.
Firstly, you should know that what is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is a process of determining whether the text is positive, negative or neutral. This sentiment analysis is mainly used in e-commerce industry to understand whether a customer is happy about their product or not satisfied about their product. To do sentiment analysis, we need a Twitter developer account. And for that, we will write a Twitter developer account. So we will click on the first line, which is apply for access. After that, we'll see this kind of interface, and then we will click on apply for a developer account. So you have to apply for the developer account, and once the Twitter has agreed for your developer account, then you can log into your developer account and create as many apps you want, and then we can generate the keys. Here I have already created my app, which is a world sentiments data. So these are my app details, but what actually we want is key and tokens. So these are my key and tokens here, which is a consumer key and authentication key. In authentication key, we actually need access token and secret. So this is the key and tokens that is generated, and if we forgot the API key, then we can simply click on this regenerate button, and then we can regenerate our API's keys. So once the API key is generated, we'll copy all the API key in the Excel and save it as a CSV file, which is a comma separated file. Here in this Excel, we have copy pasted our Twitter API key, Twitter API secret key, Twitter access token and Twitter access token secret. And I have saved this file as config.csv, which we will use in our code. These are the 4 codes that we need to access the real-time tweets from the Twitter. We are done with our API keys, and here in this project we have used the two main Python libraries. The first is tweepy, which is used to access Twitter API. The second is text blob, which is used to process the text and also analyze sentiment out of it. So in this I have used the text blob. Text blob API can be used to retrieve polarity and subjectivity. So this polarity and subjectivity is the most common terminology that is used in our sentiment analysis. Polarity is nothing but the emotions expressed in the particular statement. For example, if a person tweets is feeling sad, happy or angry, so this can be expressed in the textual information. So polarity number ranges from -1 to 1. -1 indicates the negative statement, 0 indicates neutral and 1 indicates the positive statement. Now coming to subjectivity. Subjectivity is nothing but the expression about one's own feeling, beliefs or opinion. Similar to polarity, subjectivity is number also ranges from -1 to +1. In this project, we are going to use the Ellen DeGeneres Twitter account. She is an American comedian, television host, actress, writer, and producer. So we will see whether the tweets are of Ellen DeGeneres are mostly positive, negative, or neutral. Now, coming to the coding part of this project. Here we have imported the libraries. First we have imported the tweepy to access the Twitter API. Then we have imported the text blob to analyze the sentiment. Then we have imported pandas for creating data frames. Then we have imported numpy and then imported the array. So we need to remove the stopper, so we need a regular expression library. That's why we have imported rem. Then we have imported matplotlib. We need to plot graph, so for that we need to import this library. Coming to the next cell, here we need to import the configuration config.csv. This is where the Twitter access token are available. So for accessing that Excel file, we are writing this command. Now we are creating another cell to retrieve all the individual key. First, we need to access all Twitter API. Here we are retrieving Twitter API key, Twitter API secret key, Twitter access token, and Twitter API access secret. This is the syntax for retrieving the API from the config Excel file. Coming to the next cell, here we need to authenticate our token with the tweepy library. So with OAuthor handler, we need to pass all the information, which is Twitter API key and Twitter API secret. So after this one authentication, we need to set for our access token, in which we need to pass the two main information, Twitter API access token and Twitter API access token secret. So after setting the access token, we can authenticate using tweepy API. So this is assigned to a variable called tweepy API. So tweepy is a library that are using it and are called the API function, in which we are passing the authentication and the token assigned. So here we have accessed all the tokens. So we are using LND generous Twitter account to see whether their tweets are positive, negative or neutral. Now my friend Rituja will explain the further code.
Now, after accessing the token, we are going to access Ellen's show tweet. She is an American comedian, television host, actress, writer, and the producer. Now, once the Twitter account is assigned, then we are able to do this tweet. Now, in this, we are using a tweetby library and also the cursor method. Here, the main thing we need to note is the screen name, which is nothing but the Twitter account. And with this, we are going to try to exclude all the replies and retrieve only first 50 tweets of Ellen. So, by using a tweetby, we will retrieve the required 50 tweets. After this retrieve process, we have created the data frame with the tweet and also the pandas library. Now, the data which we are going to use are tweet and the text. These 50 tweets are assigned to the data frame and the column tweet. After data frame, now we are going to use a head function to display the first 5 tweets. If we observe the tweet carefully, we will notice that there are many retweets. So now our task is to remove the retweets and all they mention, for which we are going to use cleanup function to remove retweets, and we are also using regular expression library which we have imported earlier. So now everything is removed, all the retweets are removed. Now the main thing we have to do is to get the subjectivity and polarity of the tweet. For that we will use TextFlow API. Before that, we must look what is subjectivity and polarity. This two word has been explained in detail earlier by my teammate Anupriya, but still I will give you a short idea. Subjectivity is nothing but the expression about one's own feeling, belief or the opinion, whereas polarity represents the emotion in a particular text. So for this, we are going to define two functions. First is get text subjectivity using a text flow and pass the text. Also to get the sentiment subjectivity. Similarly, we have created another function to get the text polarity. So we are going to apply this to each and every tweet to get the subjectivity and polarity respectively. Now we have created another column which is in data frame, which is subjectivity, and passed all the tweet and had applied the get text function. And also we have created another column for polarity also. And now we will run this we will run this code and look what happened to the subjectivity and polarity. Here you will notice a separate column of subjectivity and polarity to each and every tweet. These are the tweets which we have retrieved. If you notice the tweet very carefully, you will observe that these are the filtered tweets. That means there is no retweet and or you can say there is no unwanted words. Also, you will notice that there are some values which we have received in subjectivity column as well as in polarity column. So, as you can see, both polarity and subjectivity ranges are between 1 and -1. So, after this one, we are going to drop all the column which has null tweet. That means without any value, or we can say a blank tweet. I am going to have a look for all the data frame column and tweet column. So here is the output of the blank tweet. The output which we have received is just similar to the above output because this Twitter account does not have any blank tweet. So the further topic, that is the text analysis, would be explained by my teammate Anusuya.
Okay, so now let us begin with the text analysis. So for that, firstly, we need to know what is text analysis. Let us see it in the slideshow. Text analysis means analyzing the text. So here we are doing it for the Twitter data. So we will analyze whether the tweets are positive, negative, or neutral. And then according to that, we'll find the percentage of positive tweets, negative tweets percentage, and the neutral tweets percentage. With the help of that, we'll show its representation using the pie chart, bar graph, and the scatter plot. So let us see firstly what is a pie chart. The pie chart is also known as a circle chart that divides a circular statistical graphic into the sector or slices in order to illustrate the numerical problem. So this is the pie chart you can see here. This is from our Twitter data only. The positive tweets are 58%, negative tweets are 8%, and neutral are 34%. Now, what is a bar graph? Bar graph are the pictorial representation of the data, generally grouped in the form of vertical or horizontal rectangular bars, where the length of bar are proportional to the measure of data. They're also known as bar charts. So bar graph or bar chart basically represent the data in a form of bar. These are bars, the green, yellow, and red bars. So green bar here represent the positive tweets, the neutral yellow represent the neutral tweets, and the red bar represent the negative tweets. And these are the number of tweets, and these are the type of tweets. Type on the x-axis and the number of tweets on the y-axis. Now, what is a scatter plot? A graph in which the values of two variables are plotted along the two axes, the pattern of the resulting points revealing any correlation present. So here, the x-axis and y-axis represent the polarity and subjectivity respectively. And yellow, red, and green represent the positive, negative, and neutral tweets. Now, after I hope you have a little understanding of the tweets, now let us start with our code. So first is def get text analysis A. Now what does this mean? That here def get text analysis is a function for the text analysis which has A as its function. So if A is less than 0, return negative. If A equal to 0. Now here elif means else if A equal to 0, then it will return neutral, else it will return positive. Now, next df score equal to df polarity dot apply get text analysis. So this will create a new column of score. df is the data frame. df score equal to df of polarity. Now it will apply the text analysis to the polarity. Now df dot head 50. Now this represents all the first 50 tweets after adding the score column. So let us run this. and see this is the output. And now tweet subjectivity polarity, and we have the score also based on the polarity. So these are the first 50 tweets and their score. Now, positive equal to df score equal to positive, print str positive dot shape 0 divided by df dot shape 0 into 100 plus percent of positive tweets, pos equal to positive dot shape 0 divided by df dot shape 0 into 100. So basically here what we are doing is we are finding the percentage of the positive tweets divided by total number of tweets into 100. This is a percentage of positive tweets, and then we're adding the string of percent of positive tweets. So let us now run it. So the positive tweets percentage is 57.99% of the positive tweets. And here this shape 0, it basically returns the tuple representing the dimensionality of the data frame. Now similarly we are doing with the negative one for finding the percentage of negative tweets. Negative equal to df score equal to negative, print string negative dot shape 0 by df dot shape 0 into 100 plus percent of negative tweets. Now here dividing the negative tweets by the total number of tweets into 100, and we are adding the string percentage of negative tweets. Neg equal to negative dot shape 0 by df dot shape 0 into 100. Now let us run this, and we got the percentage of negative tweets as 8%. Similarly, we'll find the percentage of neutral tweets. Neutral equal to df score equal to neutral, print string neutral dot shape 0 by df shape 0 into 100 plus string of percentage of neutral tweets. So neutral equal to neutral dot shape 0 by df dot shape 0 into 100. Let us run this, and we can see that we got the percentage of negative tweets as 34% as a neutral tweets. Okay, so now we have the percentage of positive tweets as 57.99%, negative tweets as 8%, and the neutral tweets as 34%. So now we have to represent it using the pie chart. So for showing it with the help of pie chart, we'll use the command explode equal to 0, 0.1, and 0. Now you must be wondering what is explode for. Explode separates the portion and move it to a distance from the center. So we are doing it at this position, 0.1. So we'll see the result that, see, this is for positive, negative, and neutral. So in the neutral one will be at some certain distance from the center. We'll see it at the time of running the command. Now we are given the labels as positive, negative, and neutral, sizes as POS, NEG, and neutral, colors. Now we can also give different colors to the different slices of our pie chart. So green color we are giving the positive, red color for the negative, and gold color for the neutral respectively. Now let us run this and see what kind of pie chart we got. Actually for that, now we have to define another command. Yeah, now plt.py sizes explode color autopcity and start angle. Now here, or now you must be wondering what is auto PCT for. So auto PCT basically needs to specify the distance of the text in the slice from the center to the circle. So auto PCT is used for that. And then we have start angle. So start angle is basically for the orientation of the graph. By default, the start angle is always 0 degree. And the plot starts at the positive x-axis. And here input value to the pi function of the pi plot. So plot legend labels location we are giving, then shadow equal to true. It is for setting the shadow. And now legend plt.legend is basically used to set the location, as we have set the location here. Then plt.axis equal. So this command is used because pi is drawn as the circle. It will basically be in the form of circle. Now plt.savefig. Now this is for saving the figure. Now we are saving our pie chart by the name sentiment underscore analysis.png. Let us run this command. Now we'll get a pie chart. See. Now, as I have told you that it will be from a certain, now -1 will be from a certain distance from center. So we can see negative is from certain distance from center because of which command? Look, here we have given in the explode at second column, we have given it 0.1. So it is at a certain distance from center. Now we have saved the figure as sentiment underscore analysis. Now let us check where it is saved. So let us go to the home page of Jupyter Notebook and listen. We saw here sentiment underscore analysis. Let us open this and see. This is our pie chart. We got the picture. Now let us go back to our code for plotting the bar graph. So for bar graph, labels equal to df.group by score. Now we are grouping it by the score dot count dot index dot values. Then values we are setting as values equals to df.group by score dot size dot values. And then plt.bar labels values, then color. Now we can give the different colors to the different bars, red, gold, and green color. Let us run this. We got now negative for red, neutral is by gold, and positive is by green. So we got how to draw the bar graph also. So in bar graph, we are grouping the score by the count. Here count means the number of tweets. So what happened in bar graph is that here it represents the number of tweets. On y-axis represent the number of tweets, and on x-axis it represents the type of tweet, whether it is positive, negative, or neutral. Let us go to the next. For index row in df.iter_rows. Now what is iter_rows? Iter_rows basically it is a generator that iterates over the new data frame, row of the data frame. Now if the row score equal to positive, plot scatter, row polarity, row subjectivity, and we are giving it the color is the green. For positive, the color is green. Similarly, and if the row score equal to negative, then plot scatter, row polarity, subjectivity, color as red. And if the row score is neutral, plot scatter, row polarity, row subjectivity, then color is the gold. Now let us see how the scatter plot will appear. See. So here, basically what happens, the x-axis represent the polarity, y-axis represent the subjectivity. So scatter plot is the relationship between x and y-axis. So here we can see the relation between the polarity and subjectivity. So this was all about finding the percentage of positive tweets, negative tweets, and neutral tweets. And after that, we have shown it with the help of pie chart, bar graph, and scatter plot. Now I would like Ishika to please continue with next topic.
Hello everyone, now I will explain you how to create a real-time sentiment analysis system with Python. To create this real-time sentiment analysis system, I will be using the Streamlit library in Python to deploy our application. Streamlit is an open source Python library that is used to create and share data web apps. So this will be very easy. We just need to write a few lines of code. So let's see our code first. Before that, make sure you have installed Python in your system. In my system, I am using Python 3.9 version. So let's begin. So firstly, I have created my folder real sentiment. In that folder, I have created my Python file realsentiment.py. Py is an extension to store the Python files. Now let's see the code. So the first 4 lines are of importing the Streamlit library and the other packages that we need for sentiment analysis. So after importing the Streamlit, I am using NLTK. NLTK is Natural Language Toolkit. It is a platform used for building Python programs that work with human language data for applying and statistical natural language processing. Now next is I am writing here the headline of our application, that is real-time sentiment analysis, and to make it bold I am using here hash. Next is let's take the user input. we need to do the sentiment analysis of the user input. And here we are printing a statement, please rate our system. Next is downloading the VEDAR package. VEDAR is Valence Aware Dictionary and Sentiment Reasoner. It is a rule-based sentiment analysis tool that is specifically attuned to sentiments expressed in social media. VEDAR is used to quantify how much of positive and negative emotion of the text has, and the intensity of emotion is calculated by VEDAR. Next is we are defining the sentiment and intensity analyzer. It is an object, and polarity score is a method which give us the score of following categories like positive, negative and neutral statement. Based on the polarity score, we are stating whether the statement is positive or negative. Polarity score function returns the output in the form of dictionary. So in order to get the negative and positive statement as a final output, I will be using the if-else statement to display our desired output. Here using the indexing method because it is a dictionary. Hope you understand this code. Now let's run the code. After running the code, you can see that all the VEDAR packages are downloaded, and also we get application URLs, local URL and network URL. So just copy this URL, and in any browser you can paste that. So here it is, our application look like. Let's write some input to it. So here we get our output. The following tweet is positive tweet. Now let's try negative tweet. So it is defining this above statement is negative statement. So this is what this application is. I hope you understand this code and application. Thank you.
We hope you liked the video, so please do like, comment and share. Thank you.